Hello everyone, my name is Mathis Arundel and welcome to Riverblossom Hills. Now, a long time ago, I did a video in Riverblossom Hills where 40 years, or 40 in-game days, have passed, but this time, 80 years have passed. This is Riverblossom Hills 80 years later. Now, as you can imagine, 80 years having passed versus 40 years, a lot has changed in this town. There are no more surviving starting sims, all of the base, starting playables are gone, but their descendants still remain. So I thought we'd hop into each of the main houses and a few other ones that have sprung up over time, and just see how things have progressed in Riverblossom Hills. And the first one we're going to start with is the Viejo family. Now, I have not changed any of the names of the households. I might do that after this video, but for right now, they still all have the names that they started with, just so I could keep track of them. But like I said, that might change in the future. But anyways, let's hop into 204 Old Farm Road and check out what happened to the Viejo family. So I think at the start of the 40-year video that I posted last time, Andrew might have still been alive, or he might have been dead. I'm not actually sure. But Andrew is gone, and so is Jacob. Jacob has passed away, and all that's left in this household of the Martin family is Mort here. And we'll get into Mort and why he's named that after a bit here. But Jacob ended up marrying Sandra, which I believe he was definitely married to her at that point in time. He married Sandra Roth, and they had 3 children together. So Jacob and Sandra had Elena, Cassidy, and Mort. We're going to be checking all of them out, so don't worry about that. Though Mort here, he ended up marrying Lily Olszki, I think is how you pronounce her name. I think it's like a Polish name or something like that. And together, they had Cassidy and Elena. I thought that was really kind of nice that Mort would name them after his sisters, but then again, his sisters are named after ancestors as well. So like Elena Martin here, and then there is another sim this way, I believe named Cassidy. Somewhere. I don't know where they're at, but there's another relative named Cassie that they're named after. Lily, you can go ahead and go to bed. So, Mort here did go to university. He went to university with Lily. Lily was a teen here in Riverblossom. I believe she might have been a cashier. I feel like all my Sims end up marrying cashiers at some point. But she went to university, so did Mort here. And Mort went and became a scat master in the natural science career. He's not very far in the career, but that's okay. He's not, super enthused about it, I guess. It's not, what he really wanted to do, because I wanted a sim to go to the natural science career. It's something that I rarely ever do, because I go almost purely once-based. But he and Lily went together. I think they went with other sims. I can't remember who they went with. They fell in love when they came back home. They didn't get married for a very, very long time. And they also did not have children for a very long time. You can see here, Mort has 7 days to become an elder, and his kids are still kids. I thought for the longest time that they weren't going to have children, and I was okay with that because I wanted to be able to condense my town a little bit. There were some Sims that could inherit this house from Mort when he dies, but that ended up happening. He ended up having twins. So yeah, you can see his personality here. He is a Libra, very outgoing, and kind of, he's a little bit sloppy, but kind of just medium on all the other traits. His children are, his son, Cassidy here, is very similar to him, if not identical. Yeah, identical. And then Cassidy is kind of similar, fairly similar to him anyways. The Exterminator is here because I have huge issues with bugs in this town. There are just so many angry Sims and just grumpy Sims that keep knocking over trash cans that I'm just having to constantly call the Exterminator because I hate getting the roach memory because it just happens so frequently, I swear. But this is Lily. Like I said, she's a townie of Riverblossom. She's currently a cat burglar. She's the one that's actually bringing in money. Well, I guess they're both bringing in about the same, but she's much farther in her career than her husband. And yeah, she is really kind of very similar. Well, no, she's not, because she's a lot more shy and more active than her husband. But yeah, there are a lot of pet graves that I need to move at some point. I do have a pet graveyard, but this is Nups Kim and Norman Kim. They are descendants of, I think Gabby is the dog's name from the Kim family, which we're going to be checking out eventually. The next family we're going to be checking out is the McGregor family. They actually still have their last name of McGregor, and they have a business, which we're not going to check out because I have the community time mod and it will mess everything up. But this is Maeve's Farm Stand. They just built it at the end of last round. I do 4-day rounds, so this is round 20 that I had just finished, and it was, I think, round 19 that they opened it up. So let's go ahead and hop in and check them out at 115 Old Farm Road. Alright, and here we are. This is Camden McGregor. I think she may have been a teen at the start of the video I posted last, the 40-year video, I think. She is currently an elder and doesn't have too much time left. She ended up marrying Aster Greenman, which we'll get to from the Greenman family eventually, but he has since passed away. She does not have a job. She's currently retired, but mostly when she was alive anyways, she didn't care about this job. They ran a business out of the barn here. Oh, there's Aster right there. I haven't moved him to a graveyard yet either. But they ran the business out of this barn here ever since Loud was alive. He was the one that started the business. He was the one that grew the business and allowed them to amass this much wealth. Obviously, it's lesser now because they built a business with it just recently. But yeah, it's... Kids, you're not going to work at school because I want to be able to talk about you. So go over here, please. Now, Camden and Aster had a child, a single child together. This is Maeve McGregor. She is definitely one of the prettiest Sims in this town. There is one to argue, or to rival her, and we'll get to them eventually. Nope, you're not going to school, buddy. And she is a romance sim. Her father was a romance sim too, but he did, for whatever reason, wanted to marry Maeve. I think it may have been a glitch because they were on a date when it happened. I don't know. But yeah, Maeve here is a romance sim, and she has a few romantic flings that she's had with Chase Trottier and Sinjin Kordak, I think that's how you pronounce his name. She's had a few others. Alvin definitely has happened. But yeah, she's definitely a romance sim, and with one of them, she had a child, Angus McGregor. I don't even remember who Angus's father is, because he just had no part in his life. It was Chase Trottier. And I don't think he knows who the father is. I definitely don't think Maeve knows who the father is, other than just maybe looking at the fact that he's a blonde. But yeah, Maeve here does not have a job because she just works on the farm. That's all she does, and she brings up a decent amount of money. Like, she doesn't make a whole lot of money from the business, but, you know, the bonuses that you get from business, that makes, you know, a decent amount of money from it. But yeah, she is a Libra. She is the laziest sim you could possibly be. Incredibly, incredibly lazy. She does not get that from her mom. I don't think she got that from her father. I don't know where it came from. But yeah, she hates the work anyways. So the fact that she just has to stand around and talk to people at the farm stand, she's definitely doing what she wants to do. And then, yeah, Angus here is, I would say he probably takes after his father, whatever his father's personality traits are. The next family that we're going to check out is the Omaki family, and the Omaki family hasn't been Omaki for quite some time. But we'll talk about them once we hop into 211 Huckleberry Lane. Okay, and here we have a Dandelion Goldschild. Now, he has that name because he is the son of Jules Omaki, or Jules Bear as she was named at the time of her death, and Marigold Greenman. And Marigold was the sprout offspring, whatever, of Daisy. Jules was so obsessed with Daisy that when she met Daisy's child, there was just this weird connection, and then they had a child eventually. They did end up getting married, I think. Yeah, pretty sure they ended up getting married. But yeah, Marigold is still alive, but she moved back into the greenhouse or the Greenman family, just because it was a lot more. It's a lot more plant sim friendly there. But yeah, this is Dandelion. He currently is a university guest lecturer, and is a Aquarius, fairly outgoing, playful. He's very much. Well, I wouldn't say he's very much a family sim because he's not super neat, but he definitely enjoys having a family. And then he married Elizabeth. I can't remember her last name. I think she was a. I think she may have also been a cashier sim or just a random townie out in the world. I don't actually remember. I'm just gonna roll back and see if maybe it will show me if she was like a service sim or something, but I don't think it's going to. Yeah, it's not going to. But I can't remember what her last name was, so I'm sorry about that. You guys can probably look her up. But yeah, she is currently level 8 in the oceanography career, so she's doing really good. You can see here the Omaki family have a lot of money. But then together, Dandelion and Elizabeth here had 2 children who are currently adults, and we have to wait for them to get home. Well, actually, here's Elizabeth. She just got home from work. I didn't realize she was at work as well. So here she is. She is a family sim, just like her husband. Yeah, they're very compatible, and they want to have kids all the time. Like you saw, Dandelion, even though he's fairly old, wants to have another child. All right, and Basil is home from work. So this is Basil Greenman. He is the eldest child of Dandelion and Elizabeth. He is currently level 3 in the lobby's career. He did not go to university like his parents, but he is a Libra, very outgoing, very playful, and very nice. He's definitely a popularity sim. Oh, look, there's Cassidy. Hello, Cassidy. So Basil is currently in a relationship with Arya Kim. We will check out the Kim family, even though they're not an original family. They have played such a big part in this town that I have to check them out because so much has happened with them. But yeah, they are very much in love. I think she may have just become an adult, which is why they haven't moved in together yet. I think that's why. But definitely when I play this family again, she will be moving in here. Okay, and here we go. Clove is home from work. This is Clove Goldchild, and she is a level 2 intern. She actually just got promoted. She is just grew up into an adult, so she just started her career. She also did not go to work. She is a Libra, incredibly outgoing. I don't know where she got that from. I guess she has an identical personality to her brother. And that might be firstborn syndrome kind of stuff going on there. I'm not really sure. But yeah, this is Clove. And she currently is in... I think she wants to start a relationship with Michelle C, but I can't remember who it was that she was into. I thought she met somebody that she liked. I thought so anyways. Yeah, she went on a date with Michelle. They're not romantically involved other than that right now, and oh my gosh, the parents are having woohoo. But yeah, things have been going super well for her. I do really like Clove's face here. She has the eyebrows that I think she got from her father, and then her father got them from... I don't want to be looking that close to them. She must have got them from Marigold and Daisy. I think that's where she got them from. Alright, and the first family that isn't in the original Riverblossom is the Sharpe family. So we're going to hop into 147 Huckleberry Lane, and I'll explain what's going on here. Alright, so this is the Sharpe family, which really it probably should be called the Powers family eventually here. It is made from the Sharpe family that you get in Académie Latour, one of the universities, the pre-made universities, with Edwin Sharpe, his sister Roxy Sharpe, and Jonah Powers. And then there was another sim that was also in Académie Latour, Delilah O'Keefe. And they all kind of lived here their entire lives after graduating from university. Delilah married Edwin, and Roxy and Jonah did end up getting married. They were both romance sims, but they did end up getting married, but they had open relationship. Edwin and Delilah did have a daughter, but she lives in another household. We will see her. And then Jonah and Roxy had a son together named Timber. Now, Timber is in politics. He is level 6 already. He's doing very well. You can see he's fairly young. Going to college definitely helps him out. They have a lot of dogs. I'm sorry. There's just so many dogs here. And then Timber in university. No, not university. He met Maureen Harmon, who was definitely a cashier. He met her. They got engaged. And, well, she went to university with him. And then they got engaged in university and moved in here. They have not gotten married yet, but it's going to happen probably the next time I play them. Good job, Timber, breaking the tub. But yeah, Maureen was actually a romance sim at the start, but when she was in university, when you get halfway through, they ask if you want to change your lifetime want. And because I'm not the biggest fan of romance, and I thought it fit her story, I changed her to pleasure, so now she is a pleasure sim. Timber, who just left, I'm going to check out his personality. He is a Gemini, and he is very, very sloppy and a bit grouchy, but very outgoing. Delilah here is kind of actually just medium across the board, except she's a little bit shy. She's very much a knowledge sim, which is why she got along so well with her late husband, Edwin. You can see here that we have a servo. This is 001. He was made by Edwin. He was the first ever servo, and he is actually currently the only one that's active. Timber has another one in his inventory. This is 003. I don't know where 002 went. I think somebody bought it. I thought it was, a playable sim, but it must have been a townie. 002 is out in the world somewhere. So I don't want to sell this one just yet, because I don't want the world to become full of servos, just because, they never die, and the entire world would be replaced by robots, and I really don't want that. But Maureen here, Maureen is a Libra. She's similar to her husband, other than she's just much, much lazier. Or not husband, I guess they're fiance. Oh, and there's Roxy Powers. That's Timber's mother. She just recently passed away, and I haven't moved her to the graveyard yet because I wanted her ghost to appear first. But yeah, robots. They do have a robot business, which I will zoom out and see if I can find it. If not, I'll just show you the map. But they have a robotic store, which is very, very successful. They make a ton of money from it. The next family we're going to check out, and another one that doesn't have the actual proper last name anymore, is the Wan family. And we're going to hop into 202 Welsh Lane and see what's happened. And here we are in the Wan family, which really should maybe be called... I don't even know. Of the Omaki family, the actual Omaki family, or maybe the Love family? I'm not really sure. So this here is Gemma Love, nee Barrett. She is the daughter of Jules Omaki and, what's his name? I can't remember his first name. Ethan Barrett. She was single for a very long time in her life, but then she met Christian Love. When she was younger, she met him. I guess she was maybe like 40 and he was an elder. That's what I'm probably trying to say. Just like her mother, Gemma had a thing for an older guy and, fell in love with Christian. They got married, and eventually, nope, you guys aren't going to work or school. Please do not. I need to talk about you guys. But together with Ethan, they had Julius here, Julius Love. And Julius is, of course, named after his grandmother, Jules. But he is a teenager currently. Gemma's husband, Christian, died actually a decent amount of time ago. I think Christian may have been a child? Yeah, I think he was a child when Christian died. But so he did know his father. But yeah, Gemma is currently level 4 in the executive career. She actually just got the job. She spent most of her life unemployed, just coasting off the fortunes of her parents. I guess parent. I don't think Alexandra actually... No, wait, no. Jules was her parents. So yes, her parents. Gosh, it's been so long I'm getting generations mixed up in my head. But yeah, Gemma is currently, or not currently, but Gemma is an Aries, is very outgoing, and kind of mid around everything except she's a bit serious. This here is Susan Omaki, and Susan is the daughter of uh, not Jason, Gabe. Gabe and Patricia. They did end up having a child. They never married, but they did have a child, and that child was Susan. So Susan is actually Gemma's aunt. Susan never married. She has had a few romantic interactions. One of them, I believe, was with Alvin. Yeah, she had a romantic thing with Alvin Roth, but she found him cheating because Alvin is a romance sim and he is with every female sim in the town if he can get to it. But then she did have a relationship with Andrew Pearson. He looks like that right now because he is very cold. Was just winter for 2 seasons, so there are a lot of sims in the town who are kind of cold. But yeah, she had a thing with him. She loves him. They are engaged. He is not very faithful. But she does not know that, and, if she never figures that out before she dies, that's not too bad. But she did have a child with Alvin, but she never, told him who his father is. He has no idea who his father is, because she found out he was cheating on her while she was pregnant. So this is Zhaotian Omaki. He is named after one of Patricia's ancestors. So this is Zhaotian. Zhaotian is out. Let me talk about Susan. Sorry, Susan is level 8 judge. She is doing very well, and she is incredibly outgoing, incredibly neat. Mid across the board for the other things, but yeah, I really like Susan, and I really feel bad for her. That's why it's I really don't want her to find out about Andrew. I really want her just to be happy for the rest of her life. But yeah, Zhaotian. Zhaotian is currently an employee at Maeve's farm stand, so he works with Maeve at the farm that basically Loud started. He is in a relationship with Aliyah Kim, and he wants to get engaged to her. So you remember, Aliyah Kim was in a relationship with Basil Goldchild. That is her twin sister. So Zhaotian is with her. He is incredibly outgoing, kind of mid across the board with everything else, except he's a little bit more playful. And then Julius here is, of course, the child of Gemma and Christian, and he is in school. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if he'll go to university or not, but he is currently best friends with Mindy Kim. I think he probably wants to go on a date with Mindy. I think that's what he's thinking about, but they have no chemistry. In fact, I think Mindy might be gay. I think she might be gay. So he's going to have to find somebody else to go on a date with, and I don't think he knows anybody that he finds attractive. So he might find her attractive, but I think Mindy is gay. The next family we're going to check out is another one that isn't there at the start of the game, but it's actually a bin sim, kind of, which is the Kim family. So we're going to hop into 23 West 182 Mountain Pass Road and check them out. So yeah, this is the Kim family. The leader, I guess the big shot in charge of the house, is Justin Kim. His parents have long since passed away. You can see he's an elder, getting close to his own farewell. Justin is, of course, fairly outgoing and a little bit active, kind of mid around the board, everything else. And he was actually a superstar. He wanted to ride the family's fame, or at least the pet's fame, and he did kind of become famous, kind of. He actually married Elena Martin, who is the sister of Mort. And I just realized I never explained why Mort's name was Mort. He's named after Morty Roth, who is his grandfather. Why didn't I talk about that before? I apologize. But yeah, this is Elena Martin. She is a retired Round Table Knight. And she is very outgoing, I guess I should say. Fairly playful, mid around the board everywhere else. And she married Justin. I believe they went to university together. They've had a pretty happy life. Everything has been pretty cool here. So together they had one child. This is Andrew Kim, and Andrew is named after Aletta's grandfather, Andrew Martin. And Andrew never went to university, but he's been kind of just putting around town. He hasn't actually done a whole lot. Like, he's only level 3 in the music career. He's got a few friends, but not really. Like, 4 for the entire household. Andrew's kind of been a boring sim. Kind of. Maybe. I don't know. But more interesting is that he married Rosella Greenman, which we'll wait for Rosella to get home. Okay, and Rosella is home. This is Rosella Kim. Now, I had said that I thought Maeve may have been one of the prettiest Sims in the town. There was one other that was like going to give her the run for their money. The one that's going to give her that run is Rosella. I still, to this day, cannot get over how pretty Rosella is. She is a Greenman, and eventually we will get to their family. Probably not in this video, but yeah, Rosella, I love her so much. She is one of my favorite Sims in this town. She's currently level 5 superstar in the athletic career. She is super outgoing, super active, very playful, fairly nice. She's just a little bit sloppy. She's so cool, and I love her. Now, Andrew and Rosella have 2 children. This is Mindy, and Mindy is also super pretty. She may be prettier than her mother. I don't know. She may look identical to her mother. I can't tell yet. But Mindy is also super outgoing, fairly active, very playful, and, fairly nice. She's not as sloppy as her mother, so I think she's going to have a lot better success in life than her parents. I think she is currently not in a relationship with anybody. I'm trying to find her somebody. Like, I really want her to get with Robin Wheeler, because I like the idea of incorporating the paper kids and the mail delivery persons. But yeah, I was right. Mindy is totally gay. I forgot. She aged up with the rainbow shirt, and then I randomized her gender preferences, and yeah, she's perfect. I love her so much. I don't know what she's going to be. I don't know if she's going to go to university, but I think everything is set up for her to be very successful in life. And then the younger of the sisters here is Bindi Kim, and I don't know if she's going to look like her sister when she ages up. I think she's probably going to look a lot more like Andrew. Yeah, she's definitely going to look a lot more like Andrew. But Bindi here is a Libra and is very outgoing, and is actually probably, yeah, she's exactly like her sister. I wasn't too focused on not having babies be the same as their siblings when I was playing this. But then the pets here, the pets are actually important. So this is Big Boy and Sir Fuzzle, and they are actually the descendants of Cheech. So yeah, this is Cheech Kim. I've wanted the Kim pets to have a lineage continue, because that is the focus of the families. I did the same for the cat family, which we'll get to at some point too. And then this here is Bean, and Bean is another descendant of Gabby. So Gabby's had a few generations, yeah. So this is Gabby here, and then she had several puppies, 4 puppies, and then I had Nups here be the one to continue the generations. I don't know which ones I'll have continue here. Probably Bean, just because they look the most Dalmatian. But yeah, that is the Kim family. So I think I'm actually going to leave it right here. This town has just had so many memories in it. It has progressed so far that I have to break it up into 2 separate videos. And I cannot wait to get to them, because, I have the Roths and the Greenmans to get to, plus a few other families that branched off of them, and it's going to be so fun. So, can't wait to see you again.